There we go. Well, hello there. I'm Clarabelle Calico, and today we're playing. Oh, there it is! The Pale Beyond! I'm gonna do this a little. There we go. And we are on week 5! Oh, what? 7? I don't remember that. Strange. Da, 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 da. Yeah, let's start all the way over. How do I... There we go. What's the one I was on? This one, yeah, because we're on 6, 7. Yeah. Let's... You think we'll make it this time? Think we'll make... We'll... I don't know if we're gonna make it. Look at that. There's a chance. There's a chance. It sounds a little loud. I'm gonna... turn it down a little. Hold on. Oh my gosh! There we go. Now you can hear the game. Now, what's this? Good day, Captain. Well, as good as can be under the circumstances. Good day to you as well, Kasha? Is there something you require? I don't have time for greetings at the moment, Kasha. No, yeah, good day. Good day. Well, I'll be sure to spare you any more obligatory small talk from here. In truth, there is something I've been meaning to ask you. It's a matter I brought up with Captain Hunt, though he was less receptive. I'm not merely interested in the story of this expedition, I'm interested in the story of the people on this expedition. When the crew have the downtime, I would request that I be allowed to conduct interviews with them. I would like to know more about them, maybe learn more about what happened to Hunt. I see no issue. There, conduct an interview as you please. We don't have time for this at the moment, Kasha. Another time, perhaps. That's all well and good for you, but what are we to gain? Yeah, I see it. That's alright, why not? Thank you, Captain. You won't regret it. I'll mark anything useful I discover in the crew manifest. Send them to the red room on the lower deck when you can. I will. Captain Shaw, Mr. Templeton. It would appear that some of the crew have taken an interest in the transmission radios we have on hand. It's likely that many of their first time seeing this technology. And they have odd ideas of what they're capable of. They believe another ship may pick us up if we monitor them. Ridiculous. They do not have the range to pick up another, not out here. I said as much, but Mr. Turner was adamant we spend the night monitoring. I can do it. Spend the night monitoring them regardless. Even sent me to run the concept by you, Captain. It's worth the attempt, even if it's just to assure the crew. If it won't work, it's a waste of time. We should focus on more productive matters. Okay, so every time I choose it's worth the attempt, but I wonder what would happen if I did the... If it won't... have the... You know, the other option! The only other option! Let's try that one this time. Oh no. Agreed. As fantastical as it sounds, the technology just isn't there yet. I'll inform the crew. Uh-oh. They likely won't be pleased, but it's a better alternative to wasting manpower. I mean, we're probably... The question persists as to how long the temperance can hold. We will be able to wait out... Will we be able to wait out the ice? If there is no chance by next week, abandoning the ship may be considered. Yeah, let's abandon the ship. Ah, feel that air. Nothing better than a cold wind to keep you awake. You're not duck, Yorick the Third. How many hours do you get? Wait, how many hours of sleep do you get a night? Well, on second thought, better not hearing it. I already know it isn't enough. Let's get... Ooh, weapon. Let's put some coal in the furnace. Coal goes in, we stay alive. Really is that simple. Feed the furnace! Let's feed it penguin. Just kidding, no, not the penguin. Although... Let's see if we have anybody. Oh, yeah. Let's go here. Anyone free for an interview and a portrait? Yeah, let's send these penguins to the interview. Let's see, we'll send them to the interview so that I could get that back. Join the photographer. Let's send people to get more food. Although, I think I already have. Let's go here. I can't send them because they're freezing. I can send them. Bing! And then let's get this and put it in here. What's on the menu this week? Let's see. This and then yeah, plus 32. That's pretty good. Yeah, see, we can make it. What else do I need to do down here? I guess nothing else. Why is it yellow? No, I already did that. Let's have dinner. The crew have their meal. The dinner is shared. The crew return to their posts. The hammocks are unfurled in preparation for the evening. Despite the time, it's still bright light outside. Evening. Before we took off, Grimly and I stopped into a Greasy Spoon in the city. Their sausage and eggs was perfect. Best I ever had. Now I'm trying to remember its damn name. It's left my head. I didn't take you for the sort to enjoy the city. Why didn't you write it down? Grr. It was likely by the docks. Just look around once you return. You'll find it. If it's still there when we return. Who knows when we'll be back? They could have closed down or fired their chef by then. Probably. You know, as far as rations go, this is good. Janitor sure knows how to prepare dinner, doesn't he? He's too good for a ship like this. You're pretty old, aren't ye? Good eye, lad. Better than mine. Why are you still working? Ye should be at home with your family. Don't have one. Do ye not have any children? I might do. I don't know any, though. It's getting harder to play. The cold makes the fingers stiff. Power through it! Have you tried playing closer to the furnace? Not the same. Besides, Hammond would just throw the accordion in. That's true. It sounds like something you would do. Oh, wait. Let's see. Good evening, Captain. Is there anything you need? If you need the latest report, I'll have it prepared soon. Simply curious about you, Arthur. How have you been handling your nerves lately, Doctor? Good to see you aren't losing your focus. Keep it up! I was simply curious about you. Me? Oh, well, I'm nothing to be curious about, to be honest. I'm simply trying to get by like the others. Okay. Ask. Oh no. No, I can't make them do stuff when they're sick. Captain, a word? I felt now is a good time as any to review the wording in our contracts. You do remember what was written in your contract? Of course I do. What, you think I would forget? Why is that relevant now? To be honest, I only skimmed the thing. I was already sold on the job. Of course I do. Yeah, I remember. Consider Article 3, and I quote, "The member of staff shall, throughout the period of such expedition, obey all commands of the captain and shall use his best endeavors to promote the success of the same." Let him continue. And in the event of anything happening to the captain, shall obey all commands of any member of staff who shall be appointed by captain in writing before his death. It being understood that the rest of the staff shall hold the same relations toward any member of the staff so appointed as toward the captain. As appointed by the captain in writing before his death. What are you trying to say? Are you contesting my leadership, Templeton? I don't understand. Was I not voted in as captain? What are you trying to say? Spit it out, Templeton! The vote we held settled what is only a temporary argument in the eyes of the law. Even then, you only made it through by a hair. Yeah, but I still made it through, right? Unless you somehow managed to wrestle a written transfer of capacity from Hunt before his departure, in the eyes of the law, you are simply acting in his stead with no legal resource to call upon. Now, Picture the trouble that heirs if the crew recover their de 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 their descent de de I don't know what that word is. DC? There is a chance Hunt and the deserters are still out there. Should we be returned, your captaincy will indeed be called into question. The crew are unlikely to choose a deserter over me. I'm still here. I see no issue with that. Wouldn't it be good to have our captain return? Templeton, why are you so invested in the captaincy? Yeah, I see no issue. Wouldn't it be good for the captain to return? What? You saw Hunt in his final moments with us. Do you trust that man to lead on the ice? The loyalty of the crew means everything. Get them on your side, Shaw. Keep them on your side. That will come naturally. I do not intend to disappoint. I see. Thank you for bringing this to my attention, Templeton. I have more important matters to deal with than a piece of paper. I see. Thank you for bringing this to my attention, Templeton. I lost it and then I got it back. Remember my words, Shaw. I suggest you start with the Stoke brothers. It seems they speak for many of the sailors. At the boat, you spot Kurt, measuring for any changes in the temperature. Where is he? There he is. Still fast. No signs of any change. He notices you and gives a wave. Doubt we'll be moving anytime soon, Captain. Of course, sometimes you never know with the ice. You should get some rest. I'll let you know if anything changes. Thank you, Kurt. See that you get some rest yourself. Freeing the ship may be a lost cause. See that you get some rest yourself. Kurt. I will. But we have to be alert. In my experience, change comes fast. Take care, Captain. Take care of what? Just kidding. Yep. The next day. Bum. But we don't have that much. Hopefully. Are we gonna make it? The dogs are rested and available to be sent out. He's been healed. Yay! No! Scurvy! No! Week 6. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Whoa. Let's look around. That's as far as we can look around. We got 4. And everybody's here. Templeton, Kurt, Cordell, and Hammond stand inside the beginnings of a meeting. Well, Captain, it's been 3 weeks. Kurt tells me there's still no change in the ice. None. And the best I can estimate, what change we will see won't free the ship. I predict the Temperance is more likely to be crushed under the pressure of the ice. And how long will that take? A few weeks at most. Unfortunately, we have to look at alternatives rather than waiting for the ice to break up. Are you certain it's a lost cause? Such as? I don't like the idea of leaving the ship. Such as? Leaving the Temperance and making camp on the ice is something we will have to consider. Aye, the longer we stay on the ship, the more fuel we're having to burn. Not to mention risking another boiler incident. Yes, that matter almost costs lives. Healing a smaller camp burns through much less oil. And without enough fuel to survive a winter, we're dead. Don't think I need to tell you that. I would not be quite so quick to pack up and move out just yet. And why is that? The ship is shelter. The ship is safety. Currently, there are quite a few hunting opportunities presented to us. We need to gather more food if we need to survive. If we are to survive. And the ship provides a safe area to hunt from. Right, and most of the crew aren't ready to give up either. They're stubborn, just as any crew should be. I would rather not play into stubbornness when lives are on the line. He has a point. Crew thinks we gave up too early. They'll resent the captain for it. Though we now have a serious bloody flooding problem. We do? Aye. Ye may not have noticed if ye'd left your damn forecastle. It is safer to take the time to gather what we need before we leave, rather than raid the ship once we make ice. Well, the answer lies with Captain. Should we move off the ship this week? Not yet. Let's do that this time. Not yet. When we remove the boiler from the furnace, that is when we make our move. When you feel we're ready to go, just go to the boiler room and give the order. Yes. Bum 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 ba-da. Captain. My dogs appear to be struggling in the on-deck kennels. They require a more secure form of shelter from the environment. Dogloos, I believe they are called. Yes, I will require some hands to work on constructing them. It is for the health and safety of the pack. I'll put some crew to work at it. Thank you. We must focus on keeping the dogs safe. Without them, the crew stands little chance of safety themselves. Mast was damaged when the ship was being tossed a while back, Captain. Best get someone to fix it before the Temperance is freed. Freed? Aye, ship could come loose any moment. Heading up to repair the mast is a dangerous task. We don't even know if the ship will sail if the ice clears. Would be worth it, though. I agree, it's worth the risk. No. If someone could get injured, I'd rather avoid that. Suit yourself, then. I was summoned by Mr. Templeton. Yes, Mr. Isaac. This is regarding your personal item. What do you mean? I felt it pertinent. I felt it pertinent to let the captain know that you are carrying a weapon. Excuse me? Templeton, why did you not tell me this earlier? Why did you bring a gun with you on an expedition, Isaac? Templeton. I deliberated on if it was worth bringing to your attention. Ultimately, I decided it was worth discussing. Perhaps this is my unfamiliarity with expeditions, but I was surprised others did not bring an item to protect themselves. Many of the crew cannot afford such an item to themselves. Captain, it is up to you on what to do with this revolver. With all due respect, this is my personal item, Captain. It is the captain's right to requisition any weapons on the ship. That includes your own. You're free to hold on it, Mr. Zack. Be careful. We cannot allow a single person to hold on to a weapon. Hand over the revolver, Mr. Zack. That weapon will be useful in the hands of Cordell for the hunt. Yes. Until there's no more bullets. So yeah, no, you can't. Oh yeah, we got a revolver. I understand. We would do well to avoid creating an imbalance of power among the crew. I doubt the sailors would take kindly to such a thing. Shaw, there's a rumor going around amongst the crew. They're saying the ship is haunted by the ghost of Captain Hunt. Saying that ever since he died, his spirit is cursing the Temperance to doom. What a ridiculous trite. I thought you'd want to put a stop to it. Absolutely. We cannot allow rumors like that to run. They're just stories. I see no harm in them. I'd best be on the lookout for Hunt's ghost, then. No, yeah, we can't. No. Do it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Absolutely, we can't. Crew won't be best pleased you're stopping their stories. It's better than allowing fear and superstition to run wild. Think we're gonna make it? Head to the boiler when you wish to abandon ship. I suggest we do so sooner rather than later. Yeah. Wait, what's down here? Oh. Cordell shows the crew how to assemble the snowy shelters. I'm gonna get a drink of water. Think we're gonna make it? We're at 0. Let's put some food. Put some food in here. Malnourished? What? What happened? Abandoned ship. I don't know. Let's do that. Let's see how that. There we go. I think that's it. That's all the stuff I need to do. The crew have their meal. The crew return to their posts. The hammocks are unfurled in preparation for the evening. Despite the time, it's still bright light outside. And I swear, when that hook came swinging, Captain Hunt had to pull me down. This was 5-6 years ago? I had no clue what I was doing. Both of us nearly lost an eye that day. Same expedition, Ward lost his arm. Half the time, I don't think Hunt knew what he was doing either. I'm sure he did. He seemed a good captain. He was quite the interesting man. Well, you have a new captain now. I'll steer you right. Yeah. He was quite the interesting man. Just, jumping in the conversation. Aye, he is. It's a shame, then. Did you need something? No. I hear stories about Hunt, and I was curious. I'd like to know more about the man. Just checking in on my crew. Wanted to commend you both. Commend you both for keeping spirits high. Just checking in, you know. How's it going, everyone? What? Your crew? Worried about the vote, aren't ye? Oh, is that it, Shaw? Why would I be worried? The vote passed, and I am the captain. I'm curious why you voted the way you did. I don't care about that. I genuinely am checking in. I said that one of the times, so let's say this. Curious. You mean why we voted for Captain Hunt? Should be obvious, he's our captain. Alright, let's leave it at that, Grimly. Nice of you to check in, Shaw, but I think this time the crew... It's time the crew called it a night. Grimly walks off. Is there an issue I'm not aware of? He should learn to show some respect. I am his captain. This crew was awfully fond of Hunt. Is? A word to the wise, Robin. I have nothing against you, but we sure don't know you either. It's going to take more than a simple pleasantry to gain Grimly's trust. You ever have pancakes, Shaw? Yeah? Served some for Captain Hunt once, and he started demanding them every time. Can only have them early into a trip, though. Ingredients don't keep it that long. Stop, you're making me hungry. I'm sure you can make something similar with what we have. Hunt was fond of your cooking, wasn't he? He hired me. It would be odd if he wasn't. He didn't take me on as charity, Shaw. He's not the type for that. Miss the Watcher. Got used to playing on a rockin' ship. Start to feel sick when I'm off too long. First person I met to suffer land sickness. You'll get used to this, I assure you. I miss it myself, the sense of constant movement. Nothing else like it. You get it. Don't like stillness. I like feeling like I'm going somewhere. Yeah. Where are you going? You're just standing there. Oh, let's listen in. Who's talking? I'm listening. Still no sign of change, I take it? Afraid not, Templeton. The ice is yet to budge. Moving to the ice looks more and more a necessity as I see it. You may just be right, chum. Your team of scouts best be keeping their focus. If we cannot find a way from this pack, the two notice you. Ah, Captain! I wouldn't worry about the ice. My team will find a path, I have no doubt. They best. The Temperance certainly won't be moving anytime soon. At ease, Kurt. You're doing good work. I hope you're not distracting our navigator, Mr. Templeton. At ease, Kurt. Thank you, Captain. I promise my team won't grow lazy. This is certainly not the place for it. This guy's standing here. Oh, is this a little flag? Oh my goodness. It's so little. Okay. Whee! Oh, I don't think we're gonna make it. We're at negative. We're gonna lose 20. No, yeah, we're not gonna make it. We're not gonna make it. Another week on the ice, naked in the wind. Minus 20 loyalty? Oh my goodness. What happened? Where did I go wrong? Dang. Oh, that's the boiler. Boing. Wait. Just a little. We got 7 weeks. Yeah. How long? We haven't even been here that long. It hasn't even been an hour. Let's continue. Should we do classic? I want to see what happens more. Or should we do hard? Let's try this one. No. We'll do that one. We'll do that. We just started. How do we lose? Oh, the air bees cold. A flake and white as a sailor begs their pledge. To the ice, they'll pray that leads reveal. Out on the ice, they'll stake their claim. That in the dark, they'll brace themselves. That in the dark, they'll brace themselves for horrors still ahead. Of homes they'll dream, of warmth long lost and chased to forced world's edge. A hunger draws the desperate here. Oh, what's this? It's probably ice. Such lonely souls need lead. What will ye do when ye hearts break, and courage does abscond? I'll do what must be done indeed. Or I'll learn to live a life out here. Yeah, living on the ice. I'll learn to live a life out here. Out in the pale beyond. Temperance. Begin your journey. Hopefully, we'll make it. Able-bodied crew wanted for a dangerous expedition. Months of darkness, low wages, slim chance of safe return. Glory to be had in the event of success. Nice. You're alone in the office. The tea in your hand has long since gone cold. I'd rather coffee. Looking around the room, you can make out a collection of military books on the desk. On the desk is a ship in the bottle. How'd you get that in there? You know how big ships are? Just kidding. A metronome ticks away steadily. It's harmless. It's insufferable. I find it rather calming. It's harmless. A simple reminder of the time you've spent waiting. It stops. Keep waiting. You hear footsteps climbing the stairs that brought you here. Remain standing. The door behind you swings open. The captain bounds past you to the other side of the desk. Do you have all your teeth? I've enough to get by. Can never be too careful. The captain sits down. It's the little things you can lose people to. Are you speaking from experience? I've not had scurvy before. You're late. Are you speaking from experience? How many people have died under your supervision? Like, so many. I don't appreciate this line of questioning. I'd care to... more than I'd care to admit. None. Meaning you're either perfect for the job, a liar, or you've never been in command. Which is it? I'm a liar! Oh wait, if I was a liar, would I be in this room? Probably. How good of a liar are you? The latter. Really? Command tests a person's mettle. Do you think you're ready? I do. I'll have to be. Is anyone really ready? Yeah. Please take a seat. Sit down. The chair is uncomfortably large. The seat feels worn. I'm Captain Hunt. Pleasure is mine, Robin Shaw. On your desk, which ship is that? Shaw. He nods. Wait for him to continue. I hope you weren't waiting long. It's fine. Is this a waste of my time? I'm told it's worth the wait. It's fine, it's fine. There's been a lot of candidates. Some good, some bad. Interesting mix. I'm sure you understand the need for discretion. The advert says there was glory to be had. It all seems a bit convoluted for a sailing job. Keep listening. Let's keep listening. Months of darkness, low wages, slim chance of safe return. That didn't deter you, did it? Quite the opposite. That's why I'm here. Yeah. A thirst for adventure, then. He winks. I'd keep that to yourself around the other sailors. They might drown you in it. I've a few questions first. He looks down at his paper of questions. But then you look at the paper and see that it's blank. He wrote nothing down. Were you born a landlubber or a sea dog? So every time I did this one, let's do... I'm sorry? The ocean. Let's do this one this time. Maybe it'll make a difference. Military experience? Criminal. Let's be a criminal this time. Only evading them. Honestly, honesty is good. So, you've skirted the law before then. Is that a problem? That's behind me. Is this honest work? Is that a problem? If everyone I hired had a clean record, I wouldn't have a crew at all. Have you ever fired a weapon? No. Have you ever killed a man, directly or otherwise? I don't appreciate this line of questioning. No. You're not married, are you? Of course not. That's irrelevant. Happily. Why'd I read it in that order? That's irrelevant. Exploration is a dangerous profession. You must understand the risk you're putting yourself in. I won't be missed. Let's leave it at that. You better not have a death wish. One must believe they'll return to justify leaving any family in the first place. Yours is counting on that, whatever the circumstance. So where are we heading? Can you get to the point? Let's let him continue. We're here to find the ship in that bottle. The Viscount. Heard of it? Yes, I have. The captain eyes you. But I don't believe it. Some ship that got lost to the ice? Is that what this is really about? Some ship or something that got lost or whatever. 'Twas. 5 years ago, she set sail on a research expedition toward the Dead Peninsula. Then they were trying to find and study the absolute magnetic south. Did they? Well, they clearly failed. Viscount. Always thought that was a strange name for a ship. They can't all be named for dukes and princes. Viscount wasn't always hereditary. It was an earned title once. Admirals certainly loved their metaphors, almost as much as their medals. He trails off. Anyway, the point is, she never came back. Her last known location was 200 miles south of land, presumed lost to the ice. 5 years is a bit late for a rescue operation. And we're supposed to be chasing this ship. This is beginning to sound like a suicide mission. And we're supposed to be chasing this ship. Exactly. I'm going to need more than rumors about lost ships if I'm putting my life at risk. 5 years is a bit late for a rescue mission. Alive or not, their research is supposedly of extreme importance. All right, you have my attention. Or let him continue. Let's let him continue. Here's what we do know. Not one person or thing has been heard from the Viscount since the first left port. Until now? So we're chasing ghosts then. They're definitely all dead. Until now? Until now. Someone was found who claims to have been on that ship. Where are they now? They're probably lying. Rumors attract fools and the mad. Where are they now? Dead. But the testimony seems to have outlived them. Those with more money than sense want that old ship. That's the job. If I don't pick the first mate, somebody else will, and, well, my judge of character's gotten me this far. And who's financing all this? I think this is the only question I haven't asked yet. The usual. Film and literature rights have been sold, of course. We're in the process of signing off on a final benefactor for the expedition. They've even donated a ship. We'll be traveling on board the Temperance. She's a beauty, Greenwood, generational. Not many like it left these days. The Viscount and the Temperance. They're sister ships. Built together. Sent out into this world to die alone. You seem to love metaphors yourself. Oh, what does that matter? Superstition gets people killed. You seem to love metaphors. Indeed. Perhaps that makes me a hypocrite. But I like to think one calls for the other. The captain looks at the bottled chip. So, what do you think? When can I start? Sounds like you'll need all the help you can get. Yeah, when can I start? Ha! Not many are as eager as you. The captain checks his watch. Anyway, I think I've heard enough. The captain stands up. We leave in a month. Welcome aboard, Shaw. Proverbially speaking. Don't you need more information? You're not what I expected. So I have the job. Don't you need more information? Not if I'm a captain worth his salt. I work with people, not professions. I'd sooner trust a good carpenter than a cruel sailor to save me from drowning. But alas, I'll see you on the Temperance. The captain makes his way to the door, and you follow. You arrive at the dock a month to the day. Before you lies a ship. The letters on the side read Temperance. You walk the cobble to the board ramp. Beside is a sharply dressed man overseeing the load of cargo. He turns to you with a stern expression. You can feel his eyes assessing you. He's quick to inspect you for ink. Another sailor for the fold, mid-deck with the others. Offer a handshake. His hands remain behind him. A high five, then? Please, let me know who you are so I can place you on the correct deck. I'm Robin Shaw. Address me properly. I'm the first mate of the ship. No, I am Robin Shaw. Oh, of course. That would make you the captain's choice for first mate, correct? I'm Mr. Templeton. I shall be operating as the chief science officer on this expedition. I'm also incumbent representative of our benefactor. Do, however, consider yourself and my team at you and the captain's disposal. What did you specialize in? I'm fairly certain we're all disposable. Mr. Templeton, I look forward to working with you, working together. I expect you to be up for the task. Some of the layabouts, tired, are questionable at best. No doubt I needn't inform you of your duties. You're second only to Captain Hunt himself, though I must warn you that you have quite the task ahead. The rabble I've sent the afternoon sorting are the same, that you'll have to whip into shape. Punctuality, schedule, a strict adherence is what we need if this expedition is to succeed. I expect you to be the organized sort. You would not have been assigned the role otherwise. I got news for you. I'm the opposite of the organized sort. Just kidding. Maybe. Let me think. Nah, I'm not gonna think. I likely have more in common with the crew than I do myself, Mr. Templeton. I doubt there will be much issue. We can only hope. But your role is more strenuous than it would first seem. Let me know when you're ready to depart. I'm certain you're eager to be back on the ocean. The less valuable time we waste here, the better. Yeah. You'll be gone for quite a while. It will be some time before you see the city again. How much time? This much time? Ow! Oh, I hurt myself. I moved. I hit my head. A young man stands on the ramp, steeling himself for the journey ahead. He disappeared right before our eyes. Hesitantly, he begins to drag his feet up the ramp and onto the ship. Let's get on the ship. Go sailing. Hunt's description of the ship was accurate. Near identical to the Viscount, bearing some modern additions. Bum-ba-dum. Bum-bum-ba-dum. Bum-ba-dum. Week 1. Whoa! Look at all those birds. It's been a month. Such lonely souls need lead. What will ye do when steel hearts break and courage does ascend? I'll learn to live a life out here in the pale beyond. Oh, wait. This is where I start. First Mate Shaw, personal log. It's been 1 month since I signed on, and 1 week since we've set sail aboard the Temperance. I'm told the waters will get warmer as we pass the hemisphere before they turn colder. Who's paying for this? The Temperance. I've never been on a ship like this before. It's seaworthy. A sturdy ship. It's hard to imagine how many crews she's mothered before us. Proposed incently? Yeah, I read that right. The Roaring Merchant should see his old steward. See this old steward of the sea through the ice and and us with it. Who is paying? Yeah, just put that in there. As for its master, as for the rest of the crew, as for its master, who is it? The sea? As for its master, he's mostly kept to his quarters so far. I trust the captain. I'm not sure what to make of our leader. I need to know if I could trust Captain Hunt. I'm not sure what to make of our leader. He's impulsive. He's not telling the whole truth. I've heard the rumors. Drinking. There's probably a good reason he's dressed in antiques. Perhaps I'm too quick to judge. I mustn't let my guard down. Despite that, I find myself warming to the man. Perhaps I'm too quick to judge. As for the rest of the crew, there are now 22 of us, including the captain. Our next port will be our last before we enter the ice to pick up the remaining 4 members of the crew. The scouting team, Hunt, is also keen to work out a deal on a pack of sledding dogs. Let's see how long we can do this. How long can we make this little diary? The crew are a strange lot. I've sailed with the worst. They smell terrible. The crew are a strange lot. Electric as the ship itself. Who's paying for this? I can't help but wonder who's footing the bill for all this. Certainly not the captain. Such modifications to the ship mustn't have come cheap. I should investigate further. It's none of my business. It's none of my business, really. But the question still lingers in my mind. Sign off! One of Hunt's sailors approaches. Captain wants you at the helm. Good, I want to see him. I'll head there now. What for? I'll head there now. He leaves. Bye-bye. You ascend the stairs to the stern and find the old captain manning the helm of the ship. Ah, Robin, lovely day for... I'm gonna get a drink of water. Okay. Ah, Robin, lovely day for it, isn't it? It is indeed, Captain. Yes, it is a good day. Indeed. It's days like these I make sure to do my share of sailing. He winks. Why'd you wink? Let him continue. He thinks for a moment before stepping aside and stretching out a wrinkled hand. Here, why don't you have a try? You should take advantage of the calm waters for once. I imagine you didn't see many in your past line of work. Yeah, let's take the wheel. You grip the wheel of the ship and feel the weight of the waves in your arms. Use... Whoa. The memory in your muscles rear themselves as you begin to move in time with the ship and the wind. Easy, and then you do a big turn. There, you have it. The captain pats you on the back. Fantastic! Now try to get a sense of where we are. Get some perspective. Okay. Peaceful, isn't it? Sure is. Look at that. Panning and zooming speeds can be adjusted in the settings. Wow! He takes the wheel back from you. That's it! Enough of that! My turn on the wheel again. I think I'll drink the morning in a little longer. Would you mind preparing my quarters for the day's work? There's much to do. Yeah, I would mind. Just kidding. Let's look at this. The crow's nest currently stands unoccupied. The scouting teams are expected to join next port. A pristine, furnished tub secured to the floor. A luxury to be had on the ice. Why would it be secured on the floor? Just kidding. Oh, what's this? There's a globe right there and a painting. And a painting up here, too. A classical painting depicting sailors doing a battle with a kraken. An ode to an old folk story of the great Captain Seamus dance with the Salt Kings. On deck, you make out a variety of papers, notes, and maps, as well as a sealed letter with a stamp you don't recognize. The desk itself is suspended with ropes to keep it safely in place. Nice. You take a seat at the end of the room. Captain joins you. Now let's run through the provisions before taking requests. To start, there's 23 souls signed onto this expedition, ourselves included. That's 16 free to be assigned to task if they aren't already busy. The rest are deployed to their permanent status. You are able to... yeah, I know. We'll be picking up the scouting crew at next port. The lot of us also seem to be in good spirits. The expedition will end. Yeah. Oh, I got the hiccups. We've enough provisions for at least 6 months in case of emergency. If you can afford the food, then... and more than enough fuel to see us there and back again. The color temperatures... The sledding dogs, well, they're still a matter of negotiation. Now, on to work. A sailor enters. We found a stowaway on the lower deck hold. Bring them in. Another sailor enters, leading a young man by their side. You know, you're not the first stowaway I've had. Captain studies them further. You know where we're heading, don't you? I do, sir. The ice. Did you know that before you climbed inside that crate? I did, sir. Har! How old are you? You're hardly a useful pair of hands. Not true. I couple my weight, sir. Do you know your Jiboom from your bowsprit? I do. I learned them all from my da. Your da? He's Ward's son. Followed him aboard back in the city. What do we do with him, Captain? Well, Shaw? Hunt eyes you up. Your first mate. What should we do with him? I think I've done all of these. Let's keep them aboard. Hunt squints. Why? You need all the help you can get. This young man wants to help. He's clearly here because his father is. It would be wrong to separate them. We don't have time to accommodate this. If the boy wants to freeze to death, let him. You need all the help. Alright, boy. Consider yourself part of the crew. Be sure to keep your nose clean and follow orders. I will. Thank you, sir. Captain, not sir. Aye, Captain. The stowaway joins the two sailors below deck, now a member of the crew. Well, it seems... that surprised me. Well, it seems the letter has a new runt. I hope the rest won't mind sharing their rations. What of the father? What of the father? Simple. Split their pay in their rations. Any rations the boy takes should come from his. I doubt he intended for this to happen. We'll keep an eye on them both. I suppose you're right. Well, that matter's sorted. Have you agreed upon my conditions? To the point, eh? Shaw, this is Lady Cordell. Cordell here is to provide us with the kennel of hounds for the sleds. And our agreement was that she would train them up until we part ways at the nearest island, but you neglected to inform me that you were bringing my dogs through the Pale Passage. I had no intention of sending the pack to its death. You seem to have good faith in this expedition. It's one thing to ask for my whole kennel. It's another to drag them into the ice to chase a myth. Never before has a buyer been so dishonest. And never before has a seller made such strong demands. Lady Cordell? What exactly are these demands? She demands we allow her to come along on the expedition. as a member of the crew. None of the ship have experience and familiarity with these dogs that I possess. If you are taking them to such a brutal location, they will need me to guide them if they have any chance of survival. The humans on board too, of course. Of course. You can see my dilemma, Shaw. We just accepted a stowaway. Bringing another member of the crew is a risk, but our hands may be tied. Your thoughts? I don't see harm having an expert. Good point, Shaw. He turns to her. This deal is already to your benefit. Do you have anyone on board with extensive training in the management and ruling of dogs? Your sleds are useless if you can't control the dogs effectively enough to haul them. And I would like to assure my dogs are treated properly. Welcome aboard, Cardell. Your knowledge should provide valuable. Invaluable. I'll have a room prepared for you below deck. No need. You'll find me in the forecastle with the dogs. She leaves. I hope I'm not making a mistake, Shaw. Finish request. Wait, but you didn't make any decisions. It was me that made all the decisions. So, it would be me who made the mistakes. Now that that's all settled, I have more errands for you to run. Could you grab the Stoke brothers and order them to meet me up deck after dinner? Hefty lads, red hair. You couldn't mistake them for another. An urgent matter? Do you require me for the meeting? An urgent matter? Not at all. Nothing you should concern yourself with. They'll be down on the middle deck. In the meantime, you should grab a copy of the crew manifest and get acquainted with more of the crew. Upon closer inspection, you make out one of the ship's photographers, Kasha Belford, balancing on the ship's mast with her camera, lining up a photo. Get down immediately. You'll kill yourself. How's the view up there? Wait for her to finish. Let's... I might spook her, right? Let's wait for her to finish. Snapping a shot, she clambers down, only noticing you on her landing. Oh, Officer Shaw! It's about time I meet the first officer of the ship. Kasha Belford. Yes, I've heard of you already. Nice to meet you. You seem to know my name. How so? Yes, I've heard of you. You have? Well, I'm not used to having any kind of reputation. I suppose there was some sort of rule against what I was doing up there. Deepest apologies, but sometimes there's a shot you just cannot pass up. An accomplished photographer, Kasha Belford won the Ventler Prize, the highest honor in journalism, for her work covering plague outbreaks and riots in the capital. It came as a surprise to many that such a reputable journalist would take such an interest in this expedition. There was scarcely any chance of Hunt or the benefactor turning her away. You expected someone of her accolades to be older, more experienced. This is likely her first time on the sea like this. She's not prepared. Her proof is all we have. Her accomplishments surely outweigh her youth. The cold game. Picture that as a header. Sounds fine to me. I like it. Or let her continue. Let's let her continue. For the piece on this voyage, I'm trying to come up with a snappy name. Nobody will read it if the title sounds like the work of an amateur. This isn't a game, Kasha. Sounds fine to me. I like it. Kasha places a finger to her chin, squinting her eyes in thought. It's not perfect, but it's a work in progress. Plenty of time. We haven't even hit the ice yet. It's just all so exciting already. Well, I suppose you've had your fill of thrills up until now. At least this thrill is worth the law. You know who I am? You have that right. That's a shame. Looking out on the open ocean, I didn't know anyone could find it dull. It's no wonder It's no wonder the great explorers like Kurt Darling would always come back to it. That reminds me, he'll be joining us at the next port. Could you get his picture at some point? Sure. Oh, I should get his picture at some point. How did I read it wrong? Stand still, Shaw. Please warn me before doing that. How long do they take to develop? The captain sent me to grab a copy of the manifest. How long do they take to develop? Only a day or two. I've made a makeshift... I'm gonna get a drink of water. Only a day or two. I made a makeshift dark room in the hold. Speaking of photographs, she hands you an anointed document. Here it is, the crew manifest. Whoa. Where is everyone? Oh. It's a work in progress. The scout team are to join us at the next port, and the captain's forbidden me from the boiler room. If you could ask the others to get their portraits taken, I'd be very grateful. Don't want to leave anyone out. I'll see what I can do. Thank you, Kasha. She smiles. I'll not disturb you of your work any further, officer. I've a few more shots I want to get before the sun lowers anyhow. Safe shots, officer. Don't worry. Ah! My cat's scratching me. What's up, kitty? You leave her to her work. You spot a large man with a youthful gait carrying a heavy crate over his shoulder with relative ease. Oh, you're Officer Shaw? He gives a bright, warming smile. 2 Johns. That's what they call me. I'm sure you'll get a nickname later. 2 Johns attempts to offer a handshake, but then loses control of the crate. He struggles before firmly holding it in place with both hands. Maybe later. Work awaits! You find yourself almost... You find yourself almost knocking over a man carrying a heavy pot. Careful, careful! You almost got drenched in broth. Apologies. I'm in a rush on a request for Hunt. Yeah, apologies. From Hunt? Is there an issue with the ship? No, he just wants me to find the Stoke brothers for a meeting. Nothing worth worrying about, I can assure you. Yeah. Let's do that one. Not surprised. Those two are the only ones who know what's going on aboard this bloody ship. You hear a roar from the other side of the door. Oi! What's holding you up? The cook shakes his head with a smile and chuckles slightly to himself. He grabs a large pot, preparing to make his way to the hungry crew before turning his head to you. If you don't mind, could you carry that tray of biscuits behind you? Yeah, let's carry the tray. You grab the plate and follow the cook out to the door and to the table where the crew are waiting with bated breath. Upon the cook's arrival, the sailors let out a rowdy cheer, the ship's cook placing the broth upon the table. Trust me, fellas, this one is worth the wait. The cook speaks with a tone of pride as he ladles the broth into the bowls of the crew. Oi, one more time, you animals. Ward, you're awfully handsy for only one arm. Ah, piss off, janitor. Got some bread here too. Grab it fast, before Tucker beats you to it. The crew laugh and are merry as janitor guides you back through the kitchen. New janitor, why didn't you tell me earlier? I wanted to see how long it would take for you to ask. Did he not give you a description, or were you just not paying attention to the cook? Well, Hunt wished to see you as soon as possible. We weren't properly introduced. Robin Shaw, right? I've been keeping track of all the new crew. Yoren Stokes. But nobody calls me that. You'll hear them call me janitor. You should do the same. No idea why Hunt picked someone he's never worked with as a first mate. But you seem to be the helpful sort. Glad to have you aboard. Well, Hunt wished to see you as soon as possible, so... Ah, yes, good old Hunt. Never rests on this ship, let me tell you. Especially when Hunt takes a liking to you. Bum-ba-dum. The crew have them here. It passes in relative silence. The crew return to their posts. The hammocks are unfurled in preparation for the evening. Twilight falls. Over dinner, you overhear the newly picked up stowaway speaking with a one-armed man. But you're lucky Hunt didn't throw you overboard. Have a mind to do that myself. Come on, I'm here to help. Better know that involves work. Don't expect special treatment. I won't. And you're an impossible child to me. You spot one of Templeton's science team pacing around the mid-deck, searching through some luggage that has been pulled from a cabin. Let me look in the light. Where was it now? He notices you. Ah, Officer Shaw, correct? Dwight Glossley. Apologies, I seem to have misplaced something while settling in the cabin. A bottle of wine, actually. Can't be hard to miss. It will turn up eventually. Yeah, it can't be hard to miss. I would hope so. My wife and I brought a bottle to celebrate with. To be saved for the journey back, of course. Well, if you find it, please let me know. I sure will. As you look over the railing out to the ocean, a wisp of smoke flies past your face. You turn to examine and spot a sailor with a pipe in his mouth and a sheet of paper in his hand, overlooking the string waters. Looking at something? Who are you? Not many sailors can read or write. What's the letter? Any spare tobacco? Yeah, who are you? Tashi. You're Robin Shaw, aren't you? I've heard of ye. Don't worry, I won't tell anyone. Tashi falls silent and begins to read the letter. Trying to draw a conversation from him may be similar to extracting teeth. Possibly. You spot Templeton looking out into the sunset as you approach. He turns to you and nods. Ah, Officer Shaw. It will be some time before we see a sunset such as this again. The light distribution did I say that right? The light distribution toward the southern pole is quite the change. Sentimental. It will be quite some time before we return home. Indeed. Templeton keeps his focus on the reflection of the setting sun over the stirring waters of the ocean. There is great expectation upon us, officer. From who? Who is a benefactor of ours? Yeah, who's the benefactor? That is not for you to know. Not yet. Templeton looks down, catching his reflection in the ocean surface. He looks back up at the sunset. Quite the sight, but I wouldn't linger upon it too long. We should retire for the evening. It's important the first officer be well rested. Hold E. Ba-dum. No, yeah, this will be good. It's the beginning, of course. The second week. Who is it? There's a rap on. Whoa! I saw that. Where'd I go? There I am. There's a rap on your cabin door. Let's wait. No. Who goes there? Oh, just let yourself in, why don't ya? The door swings open to reveal Kurt Darling, all but filling its frame, grinning ear to ear. There you are, Officer Shaw. The ship's navigator is a difficult man to miss. Stature and reputation precede him. Adorned with a slew of apparatus, this seemingly one-man expedition would be known to anyone following the heyday of exploration. In the merchandising that followed. No time for celebrity. I know little of the man. His reputation is indeed great, but the man behind the legend is but a stranger. Hiding away from the rest of us, are you? You always this early to rise. Do you need something of me, Kurt? No, I'm simply busy. Of course. The role of first mate must surely take up a great deal of your time. Apologies for not stopping by sooner, Shaw. I've been busy myself. I took a while to set up my team, and a great deal of the crew were quite eager to meet me. That's right, you're something of a celebrity, aren't you? I take that to mean you haven't heard of me before. Well, that is a pleasant surprise. There aren't many who haven't seen my films, particularly in this line of work. More than one fellow on this crew said my work inspired them to explore the world. Quite the honor, is it not? I'm certain you receive that praise often. This crew don't seem the film-going type. Is there a point to any of this grandstanding? No, yeah, I'm certain you receive that praise often. Not as often as you would think. I suppose I did get distracted, didn't I? Anyway, I was hoping you'd join me up deck. Of course, but why? We finally entered the pack. I thought you'd want to see it for yourself. Be right behind you, Kurt. Kurt turns to walk away before turning back. Oh, and enjoy your morning. It's a good day, Shaw. Hi! The door to the doctor's office remains locked. Seems the good doctor isn't in, or perhaps enjoying his sleep. You are yet to come across the ship's doctor, even after all this time. You notice one of the science team returning to their room. Ah, Miss Gloss. Did you have a good rest? She nods to you. Hello. I did not expect many to be up this early. Harriet Glossy. I believe I met your husband. Ah, yes. Dwight made mention of your encounter. He's still fast asleep. He's adjusting to the ship well. I believe a walk around the ship would help, why is talking hard today? Would help, acclimate myself to the waves. Perhaps it will take some more time. With that, Miss Gloss takes her way back to her cabin. The science team aren't used to the sea or the sailor folk. Quite the culture. Clash. Quite the cultural clash, isn't it? Well, I'm sure they'll grow used to them over time. Hi! Bum. Bum dum bum. At the stern, you notice an older sailor at the helm. The old man takes in a deep breath in the cold air before letting out a satisfied exhale. Morning! And good morning to you. He eyes you up. Officer Shaw, right? Lefty. Call me that on account of, well, it should be obvious. He chuckles. Don't worry about the bad sight. This is all feel. Just keeping her steady. He examines you. Surprised Hunt picked from outside for his first mate. I'm surprised as well. He seems the incellier type. I assure you, I'm more than qualified for the role. Oh, I don't doubt that. You must be something special for Hunt to look outside the ranks. Heard some rumors about what you were up to before, honestly. That might be a boon in Hunt's eyes. Mornings like these are about the only peace I get from the younger lot. You should take these moments when you can. Lefty turns his attention to the helm. As you get older, I suppose you learn to value the quiet moments, eh? Let us hope we're just diligent when we're old and gray. Myself before you, of course. You join Kurt at the bow of the ship. You both feel the temperance break, the flows below you. Gripping the railing, he draws an enormous breath. The footing beneath rises as the ship mounts an impending ice flow. There's a moment's hesitation before the profound crack reveals the ship cascading across the ice. He exhales. See, nothing like it. You weren't wrong. It's something, all right. Look at the ice. Now no two cracks are the same. Did you just want to show me the ice? All caused by us. By the laws of nature, this place wants us dead. And yet, here we are. Traversing in harmony. How fascinating is that? How far are we from land? I assume you'd seen everything. It's just ice, Kurt. Don't get too excited. Yeah, calm down. Just kidding. How far are we from land? We're about a week's sail from the last known location of the old Viscount. Assuming she isn't exactly where they left her. We can't take smooth sailing for granted. Same goes for this daylight. It won't remain this bright for so long once winter encroaches. Beautiful as the ice is on this course, it's going to get thicker. He looks out across the white. We won't be so confident when the leads dry up and we're stuck. And we're stuck here till the next cycle. We need to change course. Avoid the pack. Have you informed the captain, or... He won't listen to me. Thinks I've been dulled by retirement. I've probably seen more ice than he has whiskey. Well, we have enough supplies if it comes to that. It's not supplies I'd be worried about in that situation. People will turn on each other before they let themselves starve. Have you ever experienced a long winter night? It's not pleasant to say the least. If it comes to that, we'll adapt. Ha! I see why he hired you. You should understand, Robin. We're only as good as the unhappiest man. Cheer up, then. I'll do what I can. Thank you for bringing this up. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. Oh, bye-bye. I already read that. Kurt nods and turns back to look across the ice. Whoa. I'm gonna stretch. Bum, bum. What's going on in here? Ah, Shah. Ready for another day of work? Probably. I am indeed I am, Captain. Hopefully it's lighter than usual. Did you hear Kurt's advice? He wants us to switch course. Aye, he had a few words to share. He may have been expert in his time, but these days Kurt is one with more money than sense. Anyway, back to work. I was hoping you'd help me work through a few more requests from the crew. You may have noticed the line pooling up outside. Everyone wants something, it seems. Call them in as you please. A short, sour-faced man in engineering clothing approaches. Are ye acting daft, Hunt? Not with intention. Not bloody surprised you didn't notice. Shaw, this is our chief engineer, Cleve Hammond. An opinionated one. What is it, Hammond? We've hit the ice, and you haven't assigned any extra men down to on the boiler. You have your engineering team. And we've only got 6 arms between us. We need more manpower maintaining this, sailors. Many of the crew have their own tasks they're busy with. I know I've already assigned Smurf on a matter. The captain turns to you. How many do you think is fair? 1, 3, more. Open this, and who should I put down there? Let's see. Take the men you need, Hammond. Aye, thank ye. We'll keep that boiler alive through the ice. He leaves. A good spirit, that one. Beneath the oil and temper. You won't be seeing much of him, though. Prefers to burrow himself into the boiler room. Captain Shaw! A thought occurred to me the other day while looking through the crew manifest, and, well, it might be too late for this, but we've already entered the ice. Out with it! I thought it would be good to have individual photos of the full crew. For your report? Not only my report. It would be good reference for the manifest. Put faces to names. Much of this crew is have served me for years, some decades. I have little problem putting faces to names. Your thoughts, Shaw? Seems a good idea. If nothing else, it would make a good souvenir. Sentimental of this expedition, are you? Some proper photographs will have some historical weight to it. Well, Belford, I see no problem there. I'll arrange for the pictures to be taken before the crew have their dinner. Thank you, Captain. Shaw. In the meantime, I'll attempt to get as many individual crew photos as I can. You're still welcome to help on that matter, Officer Shaw. She departs satisfied. Corvid enters the office. Hunt. You asked for a report on how the stowaway is doing? Aye, I wanted to see if the young boy has been settling in well. He has indeed. It means another mouth to feed, but the boy works hard and doesn't ask much. He has his da to guide him as well. I'm sure the boy's father is ecstatic. Worried sick, but happy, aye. Well, what do you know, Shaw? Perhaps we're right to keep the boy aboard. She leaves. Bum, 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 dum. Good to have all that settled then. Perhaps we shouldn't rule out old Kurt so easily. If the man thinks there could be an alternative path through the ice, he's free to search for it. Shaw, meet him when you have time. Changing course or not, we'll want his scouts to set up the crow's nest. Take care of that, then you'll be done for the day. Ba-dum. While examining the rigging of the ship, your eyes notice a figure darting by, climbing on the ropes with ease. The figure lands on their feet before dusting themselves off. Their outfit denotes one of Kurt's scouting crew. Ah, no problems. She looks to you. And you are? Officer Shaw, yourself? Flick, I'm one of Kurt's crew. Don't worry about my safety. I know what I'm doing, trust me. Kurt doesn't just hire anyone. Well, he didn't hire me for no reason. Got the medals in gymnastics, if you're worried about my credentials. Flick jumps up and returns to scaling the rigging of the ship. Whoa. Send me up there! I'll get you a reading. The scientist eyes the man's cane and turns to you. I believe the navigator means to send one of his scouts. The navigator clears his throat and taps his cane. Of course. If you find one of mine, they'll get us a reading rightly. Yeah. They ascend to the nest and take a reading with the sextant. All clear from up here, from up top. Last known location of the Viscount, your destination. That's how far we are. Last port you made, where you picked up you packed, yeah, we packed. We packed them up, we put them in a little case. Where you picked up Kurt and the scouting team from. What's this? Oh no. You spot a youthful-looking man leaning over the side of the ship, his head slumped as he looks into the icy pool below. It appears he's been visited by a spot of seasickness. Pat him on the back. Are you okay? Leave the man to his illness. Let's ask him. Are you okay? You speak out, and the sickly man doesn't answer. He raises his head and turns to spot you. His eyes widen in shock as he does. Bespectacled young man, shaking with unease. He stares at you for a brief moment. A look of shame plastered upon his face. Sorry. I haven't seen you around. Who are you? Compose yourself, man. We should be able to handle the waves. I haven't seen you around. Who are you? I'm very sorry. Arthur turns around and hurriedly runs in the opposite direction, avoiding your gaze. You overhear two of the newly arrived scouting team talking. Ah, Quisley! Have any trouble settling in? Not too bad. I can't wait for a chance to sleep, though. A proper navigator never rests until their work is done. Of course. I take it you had no issue settling in? Not at all. The crew are a funny lot. Old Kurt certainly caught their attention. Do you think any of them would mistake Kurt and myself? I think you'd collapse from joy if they did. Perhaps. You spot a suspicious-looking sailor emerging from the pantry. The hooded sailor spots you keeping their hands firmly in their pockets. Not what it looks like, Officer Shaw. Pluck. But call me Gnomes. I'm not thieving anything. I'll take you at your word. Expected you to interrogate me more. No worries. I was just setting up a practical joke. And what is this practical joke? Not going to spoil the surprise. It's not at your expense, if that's your concern. Have to get some enjoyment around here, don't you think? With their mysterious trap set, Gnomes scurries off to the upper decks to return to work. He spots you and carries in his playing. Need something? You're Grimly, aren't you? Your brother sent me to speak with you. No, he didn't. That's a lie. You're Grimly, aren't you? The man grunts. Aye. Grimly Stoke. I'm the ship's carpenter. Nice accordion. Do you mind if I see? Ah, then you're janitor's brother. If you're the carpenter, shouldn't you be working? Ah, then you're janitor's brother. Janitor? Oh, you're Shaw. Janitor mentioned you. In a positive or negative light? I was just speaking to him, too. It was good to meet you, Grimly. Grimly just grunts in response. Won't keep you from your work. Don't keep me from my break. Hey, Shaw, can you grab some tins from the pantry? It's nearly time for dinner. I sure can. The moment you enter the pantry, a bag of flour drops on your head, scattering all over your officer's uniform. The hell was that, Gnomes? You wipe the flour off you before continuing. Bing. Best make use of the kitchen while we can. Yeah. Bum, 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 bum. I'm gonna stretch again. The crew have their meal. Har! Shall we toast to the ice? Aye! The days get longer, but dinner is fixed. It will see us through the long days. Oh! Hi, Dante! Hi, Claire! Hi! Hello, how's it going? It will see us through the long days and the darkest nights. You had a bot in your chat? Huh? Yeah. That's okay. It happens. The crew return to their posts. The hammocks are unfurled in preparation for the evening. You can't help but notice that it's still bright light outside. You notice two sailors passing by from the dinner table. I guess you could say, yeah. Wait, does it not happen? Wait, hold on. Oh, ship happens. Yeah. Fortnite dance. This is the most dance I can do. And the camera's not picking me up for some reason. There it goes. An inebriated sailor on wobbling legs, leaning on the shoulder of leaning on the shoulder of another. Great dance. Yay, thank you. Ah, good times, good times. Need to learn to handle your drinks, Tucker. Ah, but I'm fine. My mates can carry me a cavity. Can't 3D VTubers make their models spin like crazy? They can. Here, let me see. Why don't... Whee! Here we go. This is how we'll do the stream. There, epic dance, yeah! Where? There, yeah! Have 2 Johns carry you next time. Are you sleeping? Are you asleep? Shit. Top-down perspective, Clara, yeah! You have to look at the top of my head. You overhear 2 engineers chatting above deck. Or rather, you overhear 1 engineer speaking with another. Don't know how the chief could stay down there all evening. That's where the head pats go. Yeah! That is. You ever see Mr. Hammond eat? I haven't. Maybe he doesn't even eat. Man's not human if he can work all day and night on that boiler. Probably doesn't sleep either. I skipped the dialogue. Why'd I do that? It's okay. Hey, Dick, it's figurative. Right. The dogs regard her with rapt attention as she paces between them, bowl in hand. What's this game about? So we're chasing after a ship, kinda? It was a ship that got lost in the ice, and they were searching for magnetic north, and the research that they had was, like, really valuable. So we're after that. We're after the ship and after the research they found. But magnets? How do they work? Magnets? It's a mystery. Wait, how do they work? I was gonna say electricity, but that's not right. It's like positives and negatives, right? Yeah. The dogs regard... Oh, wait, I already read that. The largest joins her side as you approach. Try some. Just try the soup. You nearly burn your mouth on the hot broth. It's surprisingly tasty. You feel yourself warming up. They say opposites attract. Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Because they have, like, the north and south. That's also kind of the boat. No, the boat was made from the same wood. But yeah. If that were true, I'd have beautiful women surrounding me. Yeah. Well, maybe. Someday, right? I'm afraid there is only so much. If you want more, it will be among the dog's leftovers. Penguin, some blubber, fat, and proteins. Fastest way to hydrate them. Was there something you needed? Someday, love will find you. Break those chains that bind you. Yeah! Yeah! Where did the dogs come from? Just inspecting the animals. If he ever hurt you, true love won't desert you. Yeah. They belong here more than we do. Unlike us, they need the ice. It cools them through their paws. As they run, they'd overheat otherwise. Those are the only lyrics I remember. Ooh, yeah. Oh, those are lyrics? I thought you thought of them all on your own. This is Stanberry. I mean, Oob. Oob. You've been on the ice for a long time. Yes, I'm a genius writer. Yeah! Totally original. All me. Yeah, you if they don't know that with the where it came from, I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I don't know where it's going with that. Strong animals. I think it was Bon Jovi, but I'm not cultured. Yeah, well, it's okay. It's possible. Very. They handle stress differently, adapt quickly. There's plenty to be learned from them. As you were. This is Pet Stanberry. You ruffle its head. It tries to lick the broth from your fingers. Little puppy dog. I'ma Google it. Yeah! Google will know. Oh wait, what's this room? It's a door. You knock on the door. No response. Rude. Just kidding. Oh, I guess that's it for the day. Go hold the... Okay, now this is where we might have to cut some rations. Just in case. Yep, no fuel! Okay. We're at 3 weeks. Oh, I haven't written in here for like a while. Oh, I guess I don't need to. No one's here. Oh, we're getting closer. I want to reach the boat. Just one time. Is this when the captain disappears? Captain Hunt appears to be absent. His chair is unoccupied. Let's just start. I'm gonna touch the butt. Finding Nemo. I'm gonna... No. And then they all touched the butt, right? I don't remember. It's been a while since I've seen it. It's the boat. The boat. 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 The whole room shudders. Only Nemo touched the butt. Oh! Only Nemo was brave enough to touch the butt. What in the... Well, I was worried about this. Look at that ice. We could be trapped for a while. Strong pressures, as if we didn't have enough bother. Well, no need for mucking around. Let's get to work. Where's Hunt? I'll grab him. I'm sure he felt it too. Shaw, check the boiler room. And then he got kidnapped. Don't touch butts, kids, or they'll get kidnapped. Yeah! It's one of the ways. Don't worry, everyone. We're gonna touch the butt. Oh, wait, that's not what he said. Well, we'll be free and moving again before you know it. Back to work! Back to twerk, yeah! Oh, because they're on a boat! And boat can be butt. Officer Shaw, what happened? Ship's come to a stop. I almost flung my camera into the wall. We didn't hit anything, did we? Have you seen Hunt? Not since this morning. He was going to speak with Grimly about the lifeboat last I heard. And then she disappeared. And she never came back. Bum bum bada bum. Ship stuck then? If you're looking for Hunt, you just missed him. Ow, we didn't cross paths. Don't ask me. I'm going to check with my brother. Yeah. If I'd made any errors, I'd tell you. It's secured. Don't you worry. They notice you. Uh-oh. Impressive machine, this boiler. She'll keep us steady, no doubt. Be careful. Be grateful we have it. I'm ensuring the boiler has not damaged in the sudden commotion. And I told ye that if it was, you'd already know. I finally googled the song. Yeah, you get the song? I'm not in the business of making mistakes. I know that if the furnace goes, we go down with it. Yes, but only one man with just a pair of engineers as assistants. It was Separate Ways by Journey. Oh, yeah. There's only one Journey song I know. Oh, there's two. Maybe three. The Wheel in the Sky. Is that Journey? Wheel in the Sky? Just looking at the number of valves, it seems far too much for you to handle. Maybe your bloody benefactor should have considered that. I've gotten used to it by now. It will hold, trust me. I will. Well, I will have to, won't I? I don't fancy staying on this ship any longer than necessary. It's imperative we break free from the ice as quick as possible. Hammond eyes you, a grimace on his face. First mate here. But where's the one who got us in this bloody mess? He's a difficult one to find. Indeed he is. I have a suspicion as to where he may be now. We're on a ship, an unmoving one at that. The man cannot simply disappear. If he is anywhere, he must be in his cabin. When you find the man, give him and give him an earful on my behalf. I can't do it myself. Too busy keeping us alive. Templeton gives a nod. I believe you and I both owe our good captain a visit, Shaw. But you should call the crew for dinner first. Routine is important, especially now. Not before we fed the furnace. Mind grabbing some coal from the bunker, Shaw? Or are ye afraid of dirty hands like Mr. Templeton over here? I'm not. I'll grab the coal from in the middle. I'll jump in there. Are you gonna keep standing there or give us something to burn? Yeah, I'll give you something to burn. I'm gonna get a drink of water. There we go. You emerge mid-deck to find the crew readying themselves for dinner despite the ice. Some seem nervous, others as if nothing has changed at all. Bum 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 bum. The crew have their meal. The dinner is shared. The crew return to their posts. The hammocks are unfurled in preparation for the evening. You can't help but notice that it's still bright light outside. Anyway, I need to eat, so I lurk now. Okay, yeah! Have a fun time. You didn't see him either. He didn't pass by, but his cabin door was locked when I checked. Slippery bastard. What are you thinking, Hunt? Who knows? No sign of Hunt, I take it. Mr. Templeton passed by, but he wasn't exactly willing to take questions. They're all out here, looking at the ship. Keep it up, lads. We'll set ourselves right in no time. Ah, Shaw! I just saw Templeton entering the captain's cabin. Seems Hunt's holed himself up inside. Maybe if you had a word with our good captain, he'd be willing to lend a hand. Maybe, I don't know. I was informed he was here. Where could he have hidden himself? Maybe he's gone overboard? He has to be in here. Check under the desk. At this point, leave him. I'll handle matters. Maybe he's gone overboard. On the ice. Templeton glares at you. This is not time to be making jokes, Shaw. What makes you say I was joking? Hi! The captain's laugh rings out from behind the door. The captain watches you both, with his head swaying as he chuckles to himself. You are a surprisingly difficult man to get a hold of, Hunt. Seeing that this is your ship. Ha! I know it well. Hunt's eyes turn to you. I believe you two are already acquainted. How long have you been drinking? I don't suppose you care to join? Hunt shakes his hip flask as he folds it out, whiskey sloshing and spilling from the top. And what of you, Shaw? I can't tempt you with some sweet nectar. So every time I said I don't drink, but what if I say all right then? What would happen? He hands you the flask. What shall we toast to? Adventure. Whatever that may lead. Safe passage. There and back again. Get paid once this is all done. Adventure! I'll drink to that! Don't humor this, Shaw. The liquid warms you, spreading to your fingertips. You hand the flask back. You intend to offer drinks at a time like this? This ship, your ship, is trapped in the ice. It's my ship now, is it? And what do you expect me to do? Get the shovels out? You could have heeded Kurt's warning. What do you mean this isn't your ship? Bought at an auction. Not by myself. Imagine that. Captain of a private vessel. And I don't even own it. Pathetic. Mr. Hunt, Captain. If you are not fit to stand, then you will retire for the night. Shaw will stand in your stead, and we can continue in the morning. And abandon my duty? No, Captain. No captain who would do that is a fit captain. Wouldn't you agree? Well, not you. Shaw, isn't that right? What do you think makes for a good leader? I don't know. Sobriety for a start. He sips! Oh my goodness, he sips at his drink. But I'm serious, Shaw. To you, what makes a good leader? We don't have time for. In a word, then, what makes a good leader? Understanding. Understanding. Explain. The ability to adapt to your crew, to understand the individual needs that make up the whole, to understand what needs to be done, to know your next course of action, to understand your limitations, to know what you're capable of. And that's something you can know, is it? Perhaps you'd like to step above deck, look over the bow. Nothing but ice surrounds you. You can't see 5 meters from your surface through all of the mist. Do you know your next course of action there? Speaking in platitudes will do you no good. A good leader is something more than a single rule. The single rule you were told to follow. When you see one, you just know. You've wasted enough time pinning philosophical. Oh, my apologies. I'll ask the real questions. Shaw, look at where we are. Do you honestly think we're going to survive this? I have no assumptions. I had no assumptions of returning alive. Well, you best form some. Wouldn't just be your life you're throwing away. The captain laughs. Shaw. Nobody knows we're out here. That doesn't leave this room. No, wouldn't want to upset your employees. Our benefactor. We all want to be paid after this, don't we? Enough. If you weren't fit to lead this expedition, you should not have agreed to it. You shouldn't be. None of us should be here. Old Kurt paid handsomely to join. You're just a botanist sent to keep an eye on me. Our doctor, har. And then there's me. Myself? What of you? Hunt laughs to himself, his head drooping low. Templeton opens the door. The captain needs rest. We'll discuss this once he's of sound mind. Let him speak, Templeton. I wish to know more. Chasing dead men. This doesn't leave this room. We're chasing dead men. A clear mission changes nothing. Only right to tell you. Go on now, Shaw. I'll be all right here. The captain appears to have fallen asleep. Captain Hunt needs his sleep. It would appear the pressure of command have greatly affected him. You should find some rest yourself. The crew have their commands. Clear your head, and we will continue in the morn. Because I know that the captain's gonna disappear after this. Is that like what happens every time? You wake to a room awash with green. There's a loud banging on your door, and a familiar voice speaks from behind the wood. Shaw, are ye in there? Shaw, Hammond, what's going on? Why is everything green? Never mind the green. The boiler is in serious trouble. Pumps need manned, and we need to stop the whole system overheating. And I don't need to tell ye, if the furnace goes, we go. Lead the way, then. We don't have a moment to spare. All right, let's move. We need to find the captain now. Kasha rushes up, holding her camera tight as the ship trembles. What's happening? Are we going under? Not if we can help it. Out of the way. It's safe to go up top, right? That Aurora, it's a shot I can't miss. Kasha steps back before snapping a photograph of the ensuing chaos. Whoa. Isn't that pretty? The lights of the Aurora flicker under the pale ice. Nothing. Visibly perturbed, he takes a moment to compose himself. Even the tub is empty. Why would ye expect him to be in the tub? Not important. This doesn't make sense. The man seemed barely fit to crawl himself into bed earlier. What? Hammond turns to you. All right, Shaw. Captain's missing. You're in charge. I'll try my best. Ye best. Yes, indeed. The crew are no doubt waking at this moment. They're no doubt scared, confused. It's your duty to keep them calm, to maintain order. Hammond glares at Templeton. It's Shaw's job to get down to the boiler room now. We've already wasted enough time looking for that bastard Hunt. If you storm down to that room, you'll be doing is insinuating a panic. We need to claim the fears. Calm. Oh my god. I'm getting tired. We need to calm the fears of the crew. Maintain an air of focus. Lie to them as the ship goes down. Not at all. Instead, we assure them we know how to remedy this matter. Do you know how to remedy this matter, Mr. Hammond? Aye. And we need to be quick. I don't have time to worry about some stupid sailor's feelings. We've got a bloody ship to save. Well, it's as you said. Officer Shaw is in charge. The decision is yours. Let's do this one. Hammond is right. We can't waste any more time in the boiler room. The boiler won't wait for us. Fine. I will keep the crew at bay then. Mom, we don't worry about him. Let's go. Let's go. Ba-dum. We run down. As more of the crew notice you and Hammond descending below, the whispers begin. Soon the crew pick up their pace, walking directionless with hurried footsteps. Kurt approaches. Boiler trouble, I take it? I'll lend a hand. Not when you're walking on that cane, you're not. I have enough strength to go tell the crew to hit the lower decks, as many as possible. Let's go, Shaw. Time to save this blasted ship. I'm gonna get a drink of water. You descend the ladder. And you see the brothers trying to open the door to the hold. Trying to get in? Same. Door stuck. Pull harder, ye bastard! We need to get in there. It's the only thing that matters. We need to keep the thermostat right. The metal door unsticks, grimly looks to you before darting off into the darkness. Where's that bloody idiot running off to? To sound the alarm. Bloody hells. Let's get moving. You enter the boiler room. As you enter, Heaven's engineering team are hard at work. The larger of the two engineers lose grip of their valve as steam begins to shoot out, chasing Hammond to dash forward. Watch it! Hammond tackles the engineer to the ground, saving him from a nasty steam burn. Made it just in time. What's the word, Chief? Keep those valves pumping. We need to avoid a water hammer, or we won't be making it off the ship. Shaw! The rest of the crew aren't here. Grab the valve and start turning. Which one? There's so many. Let's do that one. You grab the valve and begin turning as... Pop! You feel the ache in your muscles as you continue to push the valve, keeping the pressure at bay. Oh. The furnace rumbles and sputters, hammering fuel. You keep turning, doing the best you can to keep the pressure at bay. We could be at this for hours. Shit! Where's the rest of the crew? Here they are. Brought help. The furnace rumbles and sputters. Give me more coal! Turn those valves! Okay. So let's get some more coal. Uh-huh. They grab the valve, and then this one. With enough hands working on the boiler, you begin to fight back the potential water hammer. Someone's going to have to hold the furnace in place. Who should it be? The room shakes. Water hammer! A jet of steam paints Higgs. It subsides as they writhe in agony. You keep the work, shifting the valves until the boiler has fully calmed. The ship is saved. You won't be sinking today. As the crew give assistance to the wounded Higgs, you feel your muscles tense. You fall back, collapsing from exhaustion. As you lay back, all you can hear are a pair of panicked voices. Where the hell is Captain Hunt? He's gone. Where'd he go? Yeah, this all seems good. Bomb. Week 4. We're almost caught up to where we were left off last time. Look, a stretch. You're alone in the captain's cabin. Out across the deck can be heard the commotion of the crew. Word has spread quickly that Captain Hunt is missing. Templeton slips in through the door. Shaw. What is it, Templeton? Hunt is still missing. Where'd he go? And he isn't alone in that regard. Sanders, Sparrow, and Gren are also unaccounted for. As is a sizable food and fuel supply in one of the larger lifeboats. Shaw, You and I are not naive. It seems quite clear what has happened here. Yes, but why would Hunt abandon us? That's a question I cannot answer. I doubt we'll ever know at this stage. The former captain is no longer with us. You understand what that means, Shaw. There would be Captain Shaw now, I take it. Hunt is still the captain. I don't intend to... Hunt is absent. It is no use awaiting the word of ghosts. A new captain must be selected by the new crew. As first mate, you have the most clear argument to take that role. I don't know if I'm prepared. And how do I argue for that role? Your presence in the face of Hunt's absence is an argument in itself. They will hold a vote as soon as possible. That carpenter, grimly. He is still loyal to Hunt, and many of the sailors will follow his vote, if not all. Though I can assure you have the vote of myself and my scientists. Kurt and his crew are like to support you as well. I am unsure where the engineers will side. They're likely loyal to their pay. Higgs is still recovering from their steam burns, which may end up working in our favor. And the civilians are a mystery. But I believe, when all is said and done, you will just about make the vote. You've clearly given this a lot of thought. Of course. It is vital to remain aware of the crew's intentions. They're waiting outside, Shaw. They're scared. They don't know where to turn. You and I both understand the importance of maintaining decorum. Though times like the tough time... Tough? Or though? Though times seem dire, remember, there is a rescue ship on its way. And even if the Temperance falls, we still have a potential to escape. 35 weeks. The ship will arrive at Viscount Island in 35 weeks from now. We should focus on surviving that long. That's all we need to do, Captain. I understand we can hold for that long. Indeed, that is all we need. Another 35 weeks, Captain. Keep it in mind. Here, you should have this. Templeton presents you with a fancy-looking hat, Hunt's hat. He left it behind in his cabin. That tells us what we need, doesn't it? I don't take the hat each time, but what if I take the hat this time? The commotion outside grows. I choose to willfully observe reality. I suggest you do the same, Captain. The scientist refrains for a moment. Wait for him to continue. I think it's best we declare that the captain and the missing crew are dead. There's no need for us to complicate things any further. I won't lie to them, Templeton. Leaders lie. Get used to it. The crew are awaiting for you on deck. What are they waiting for? The last place you saw Captain Hunt. There's still drops of whiskey, frozen. Hunt's leader is gone. The hushed voices become more distant as you make your way back into the open air. You notice the absence of Higgs. The crew members notice you and stop. Their attention ripples across the deck. Attention! It should be clear by now that Captain Hunt is no longer serving his post. As such, we should vote the new captain. I nominate Officer Shaw for the role. The clear choice is first mate. And what of Hunt? I do not see him among us, do you? Don't see a body either. He's still out there. We don't know what happened. Something we can discover. For now, someone has to take the reins of command. All in favor of Officer Shaw? Yeah, let's start the vote. Is absent. Okay, I got 4. Nice. Oh, I knew it. Am I gonna make it? It's gonna be a tie. What if it... Oh. You have been confirmed as captain of the expedition. Well, the ayes have it. Shaw shall be acting captain from this point forward. Acting in Captain Hunt's stead. The crowd look to you expectantly as the Temperance gives you a knowing nod. Templeton! The boat gives you a nod. Yeah, A moment passes in the cold as they wait for the words, curious murmuring scattering between the crew. Hunt is no longer with us. To those who don't know me, I'm Robin Shaw. Hunt is no longer with us. They look to you. It's no longer... It's not long before the obvious question spills from a crew member's mouth. Where's Captain Hunt? As I said, he's no longer with us. I don't really want to lie, but Templeton said I should lie, but... he's not here. Somewhere. Captain Hunt is dead. The crowd immediately cut to silence. They look to Templeton, some back to you after. Mr. Templeton is telling the truth. He and the missing crew were lost. He's not dead, he abandoned us. He and the missing crew were lost. Along with one of the ship's lifeboats, we have no bodies. Get over it, Templeton. A silence hangs in the air. I know you're all scared. As long as we keep our wits, there's no reason we can't survive this. Does anybody take issue with me taking charge? As long as we keep our wits. The crowd begin to bubble up once more, with more and more questions coming to the surface. Members of the crew start speaking out one by one with questions thrown your way in quick succession. How are we supposed to survive out here? Is help coming? What about our pay? Will we still be paid? We'll have to rely on each other out here. I've said my piece on this. Get on with your work. Our immediate priority. We'll have to rely on each other out here. None of us expected this. Everyone will have to have a role to play. Can't afford to stand. None of us expected this. So we're on equal footing here. Ask for reports. I would like the head of each station to report to me going forward. That is all. What of those lost, Captain? A memorial service will be held once the ship is freed from the ice. Once we make land. Understood. Well, you heard the captain. Get to it! The crowd dissipates, returning to their roles aboard the ship. You pass Templeton. He nods. Don't undermine me like that again. Nod back. Shaw! Or should I say Captain Shaw? That Hunt. I hope he and the others are holding safe. Still no good dwelling. I have confidence you'll take up the mantle well. Do you have any experience leading expeditions? The crew are counting on me. I don't intend to disappoint. That's the spirit. We need some optimism at a time like this. If the captain has faith, so too will the crew. There should be no hesitation, Shaw. You are the captain now, and you must carry authority instantly. It's best that we carry out our daily routine as normal. Show that you are capable of the role. We should take the day's requests immediately before seeing to ourselves. You saw the duties of the captain firsthand while serving Hunt. Oh, I need some water. You're acting captain now. It's time to take up that mantle. A line is already forming at the door. No surprise given the circumstances. Take them as you may, Captain. Captain, I've brought the kennel master with me. This is something you would both want to hear. I have a strong suspicion on what this matter is. I was planning on speaking with the captain on it myself. Fortunate happenstance, then. Captain, I know these conditions well. I've seen them before. Any idea of the Temperance being freed from the ice anytime soon? It's a pipe dream. We need to press on. We need to become aware of our new environment. Trust me, Captain. We will be living off it for quite some time. What of you, Cordell? Do you agree? Indeed. The dog sleds will need to be exercised regularly. And there is no better way than to engage in hunting. We're quite lucky, despite the circumstance. Now is peak time for hunting and navigation. And navigation? Traversing the ice may be a possibility in the future. We need to prepare for that. If we're to survive out here, we need to know what lies ahead. These are uncharted territories, Captain. We have no idea where we are. Your current rations are not set to last forever either. Send any hunting party to me as you please. My dogs and I will ensure their survival. Cordell exits. The same sentiment for myself and any scouting teams. If you wish the great unknowns to be braved and charted, I'm your man. We need to know what lies ahead. Keep looking forward. Saving that boiler was only the start of our troubles. Have you seen the state of the bloody ship? It has certainly seen better days. She's bleeding in the lower decks. I believe the older stoke is attempting to rectify that. We need to stockpile on as much fuel as we can. If the furnace runs out by the end of the week, we die. If we spend too long on this ship, we die. If we don't stockpile enough fuel for the winter, we die. Aye. Get me some coal. Get it in the furnace. I'm afraid he's not wrong. That coal bunker is our only source of fuel for the time being. Until we can produce alternatives, we should assign crew to shoveling whenever possible. Shaw, the ice looks unbudging, doesn't it? It would seem that way, yes. Crew seems to think so. They think if we don't intervene, the Temperance will never get freed. If you're suggesting breaking the ice, I can assure you that won't work. I'm not. They are. No intervention is going to break up the ice enough to free the ship. Putting others to work on that is simply a waste of manpower. Aye, maybe. They're scared though, worried. They just want to feel like they tried something. So I've done both of these, and both times everyone still died anyway. So I think let's do this one again. If it'll raise spirits. Wait, do we need that many? I guess so. Oh, I lost Templeton's loyalty. I'll see you for dinner, Shah. Don't forget the hush pot needs fed. I'll never forget. Before dinner, you should be seeing to our first sledding team. I also believe it's time to give our good doctor a visit. We'll still have wander from the night of the Aurora. Their wounds will need to be attended to before they're fit to work. And I doubt I need to remind you of this, but we need every hand available. Don't be afraid to assign my team for some manual labor. They'll complain, but they'll work. It was bright. I can't believe Hunt is gone. What happened? Who knows? He was drunk. Whatever he was thinking, he definitely wasn't in the right mind. What about Smurf and Corvid and Joe? Who knows? Corvid owes me 5 gilts. I don't think you'll be seeing it soon. You did seem familiar. I finally placed you. You have you? Yes, I remember seeing you compete. Soren Kiliper? You were quite the gymnast. I'm surprised to see you in this line of work. Not too many gymnasts carry on long careers. You did quite well. When I saw you at the Summer Games, I recall you placed... I don't recall winning. Let's visit the doctor. You enter the ship's infirmary. Your presence seems to startle the young man inside. The rattle of a dropped forceps ringing through the room. Oh, goodness, it's you. Captain now, is it? You're the doctor, I take it? You seem irritable. Captain Robin Shaw, it's good to meet you. Dr. Arthur, Newley? Dr. Newley. Dr. Arthur Newley, that's it. It's good to meet you, Arthur. You're having a spot of bother. Collect your thoughts. No, yeah, it's good to meet you. Newley gives you a weak smile. Thank you. It's good to properly meet you. I suppose I seem a little scatterbrained at the moment. It isn't the norm. Recent circumstances have been trying. And the inclination toward Higgs, the steam burns they suffered from the furnace are severe. If you let me take a look, I can do my best to alleviate their pain. They'll pull through. This crew's a tough one. Right. Well, let us hope so. At this point, all we can do is wait. Newtley lets out a nervous cough. Captain Hunt, do you think he may still be out there? There's a chance, however slim. Right. Perhaps we'll run into him again? No, that's ridiculous. Never mind. Apologies, I'm rambling. I suppose you wanted an update on the crew? A report would be nice. Mostly scrapes and scruffs. As far as the dogs, you're better asking, well, the kennel master. That's fine. I wouldn't expect you to be a veterinarian. Good. Please don't. I haven't taken well to dogs. I'm unsure how to carry myself amidst most people, and animals are quicker to judge. And Cordell herself is harsher still. But you can rely on me for any human medical issues. Newtley pauses for a moment. Is everything good? I mean, is someone coming to rescue us? Everything's under control. He nods. Newtley keeps his head low. Is there anything I can do for the crew? Yeah, let's have the scientists make some medicine. If you give me these, I can get the crew back on their feet. No, there's nothing else. You, Robin Shaw. Surprised to see you in this position. Sorry, do I know you? What is that supposed to mean? You're not alone. I'm as shocked as you are. What is that supposed to mean? I know what you've gotten up to in your time. Best keep your nose clean, Shaw. Good luck, Captain. Officer, Captain Shaw, I suppose I should get used to calling you that. I was asking the crew if anyone had seen Hunt or any of the deserters last night. Not a single soul. I know the man knows the ship well, but that seems odd. I suppose you weren't expecting a situation like this. People don't tend to sign on these expeditions for the good of their health. I researched the Pale Passage. I knew there was a risk of this. So there's no use in worrying about it now. Worrying never did anyone any good. Back out there. And put some food in there and some medicine. Oh wait, does anybody need any medicine right now? I don't know. Put this in there. Oh yeah, I also need to do, there's one more thing I need to do. And send some people out there. What is this? Oh, and they each get one penguin. Nice. Okay. Now let's do this. The crew have their meal. Shall we give a toast to our new captain? Here! The crew return to their posts. The hammocks are unfurled in preparation for the evening. Despite the time, it's still bright light outside. Evening, Shaw. I'm proud of what I've been able to cook up for the crew lately, considering the rations. Though I do wish I had something better to work with. I'd kill for a good beef steak. Not many cows on the ice. Ha! You never know, Shaw. We might get lucky. Did you need something for... Did you need me for something? I simply wanted to learn more of you, Grimly. You served with Captain Hunt for quite some time. Tell me about him. The crew seems to like you. I wonder if you had any advice on staying on the good side. Not much to know. I'm the carpenter. I'm Janitor's brother. I play music. You know it all already. So tired. You'll get used to it, lad. Duh, it's far too much work. Thought you wanted the work. If I can do it with one arm, you can do it. You're always saying that, duh. You're a tall one, aren't you? Oh, thank you for noticing. Been this big since I was 15. You ever consider doing film? You have the stature for it. Oh, I can't act. Acting isn't part of it. You stand there, cut it a nice silhouette, and you'd be a star. That sounds awfully easy, doesn't it? It can be nice. I wonder if I could put more fuel in the furnace, maybe. Oh, well, everybody's already... Oh, I guess I could put the engineers on here. Why did I do that? There we go. Captain Shaw, I presume you're here to see the dogs? How are they faring? They have already acclimatized? Though recently they've been exhausted and in need of rest. It's no surprise our conditions keep changing. They grow used to one state before being thrust into another. One refuses to eat and has been losing weight rapidly. I assume the change in scenery has affected it. They need their rest. Just as any person, they tend to be more reliable, however. You speaking from experience with people or with dogs? Regardless, I will say it's a matter of both. Captain Shaw, you recall my conditions with Hunt, do you not? Like it was yesterday? My demand was that I work here with the dogs. Your people may help with sleds, but they are not my responsibility. They are not my people. I am holding up my promise with Hammond. I do not intend to join your crew. The dog beside her barks. Bark, bark, bark. And pet Stanberry and leave. Yeah, let's give him the hat! Oh! He's got a hat! Yeah. They become excited. Yay! Oh, before tearing the hat to pieces. Aw. Oh. There are currently no fish to feed them. Yes. This is next week. Okay. I think after this it would save, right? Oh no! We'll leave off at week 5 again. Wee. Let's see. Okay. Let's raid. Hmm. Let's start the raid. Yay!